This was wiggling
So,
a lot.
yeah, okay, I'll be...
Let me see if I can get something to brace it as well.
Hi guys, I'm back, and I learned something new now in OBS. I got hooked up one more screen, which kind of stretched out the resolution. I hope it will be good now. Let's see. Can you just reduce the audio up? So right now,
You have audio feedback going pretty
yeah.
hardcore. How many audios do you have?
Just one.
Scroll down.
Oh. Because I'm playing here. No.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta turn that one off.
Okay. Cool. Is it okay now? Can you check? We had some audio issues now.
Still feedback.
Really? I've tested this out to see. Well, these things happen sometimes. No, just one. We need to set this up. Are you sure that it's so funny?
Are you using jack or any kind of audio routing?
No.
Yeah, that's probably the problem too.
I don't use any.
Can you mute the system? Go up in the corner.
Yep.
See if you can turn down the system sound all the way. And then maybe turn this one off too. Do you need this up? Is there any audio coming out of here?
No, no audio coming out. That's it now. So we have a issue with audio feedback now, and I don't know. It's really strange.
It is.
Well,
what
guys,
happens if you turn this down?
Yeah.
Not all the way, partially. Test it out at that level.
Talk, test 1, 2.
Yeah, there's still a weird echo there, but it's not like feeding back like really loud.
Yeah.
What else do you have open on your system right now?
Let's do this. Test. Test, test. Is it good now? Finally, huh? No, same.
Oh, still doing the same thing.
Oh my god. What should we do now?
Try a different device.
Okay, built-in microphone. Let's try this. Test.
Same diff. What else do you have open on your desktop? Is there anything else on your desktop which is going to be...
Let's see, something.
Because it wasn't feeding back before.
Yeah, test. But we have... Wait, it's good. I don't know what are you doing upstairs. We don't have video feedback, audio feedback.
Okay.
So everything is good with the sound actually. Sorry guys, let's do from scratch. Thanks you for waiting. Okay, here we go. A little bit of the technical difficulties is always good to learn something new. I'll just quickly go from the beginning so we are clear with everything. Hi guys, me back again. I hope everything is good now and we have a good sound. And we will continue with the workshop. We actually didn't even start it. Here I am at the Face Base in Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. We are having a little video lab here. I'll show you once again. This is our Face Base. We are running shows from here. We are having weekly workshops and monthly exhibitions and performances, all related to video art, together with Andre J.
Hello.
And me and Andre J and Sol upstairs and Juana and Robert. They're my technical support, my friends, my everything. We have also beautiful face-based TV butthole there. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. So I show you a bit of our space. This is Robbie's music studio. We also have a music studio here. Let me position my camera back again and continue. Sorry for previous technical difficulties. Here today I will kind of guide you through a TouchDesigner, how to build your own aquarium and do video feedback inside of it. As you can see here in my background, that's kind of what we want to achieve, and I think approximately we will need around 2 hours if my computer lasts, because I'm running everything and camera is down. Fuck. We're improvising, but all good. This will be one of the funniest YouTube tutorials ever. Okay. Then this is my first YouTube tutorial too, so please support me. Okay, so if you want to download the assets and download TouchDesigner, you can do it through my website or FaceBase website. So you can go to www.face.video or my website, which is irfanbrkovic.com, and there you'll find a place for a workshop. So right now let me show you the screen. So here is a nice and beautiful video feedback here we have. Okay, so let's go together through this. We will go to the FaceBase website, which is face.video. There you can see again me. You have a nice chat here where you can write down whatever you want if you have additional questions during this workshop. So you can go to the first link here and you can see all our events that we have on our FaceBase. When you click there, it will lead to my website, where you can at the bottom of the website download the assets. Let's do that. I hope you already installed TouchDesigner. Let's create a new project. Aquarium feedback workshop. Save. So first of all, you will go to the TouchDesigner website, where you will install version for your operating system, Mac or Windows. And then after that, you will download the assets. So before that, I was inspired kind of like to create this. I was inspired by screensavers that were running on our computer, still are running, but I mean I grew up on the Windows 95 and 98 in Yugoslavia, and in the times when my family bought me the first computer. Actually, my mom was a graphic designer, and I was using her computer to work my stuff on it, and that's how I get into all of this. So yeah, so let's go and see screensavers, Windows 98. I think there are some. crazy stuff around. Yeah, but I remember one that I think it was custom built, or I installed. Yeah, this is the one. So it was like kind of a pack on a CD or somewhere where I found it and installed it, and it was really beautiful. I always had it on my screen. So I wanted kind of to recreate this world in TouchDesigner, and I will guide you how to composite it with building the tank and adding the fish, and at the end adding the feedback effect. So once we go to our where we downloaded the assets, so let's unzip this folder. Once we go there, you can see there are four files, and we will be using these files to create the aquarium world. We have a nice coral reef here, and we have some red coral, sponge coral, and tropical fish set that I've created from stuff that I found online. So I'll slowly, to make myself my atmosphere, I'll go to beautiful NTS radio, play some music. Okay, so let's open up the TouchDesigner. Can you just reduce a bit the volume up because it's creating this like feedback for myself. As you can see, I'm using the same version, non-commercial, as you would do. So here's the TouchDesigner. This is the interface. As you can see, immediately you have a small network here that is already pre-built. This is called Network Editor, and there we will use nodes, or some call them operators, in order to create interesting and visual stuff. On the left side you have palette with examples that are already pre-made, and you can use them too. You can reverse engineer them to learn more, but right now we will close it so we have more space. On the right side you have a parameter window, which is actually telling us parameters for each of these nodes, and we will use that in the future so we can manipulate them. But right now let's delete this network and create our own. We will import, first of all, we will import our corals, our background. So let's do that by double clicking. First of all, before that I'll tell you, you can move through the network by pressing your left mouse click and move your mouse left and right wherever you want, and on the right click you have a menu for network editor. When you do a double click, you will open up operator dialog, where you can see that there is different colors. These colors are referencing to different operator groups. Most operators that I use are tops and chops right now, but you can so tops are texture operators, and they're used usually for manipulating the images. Chops are audio operators, and used for controlling the other operators. Subs are geometrical operators, mats are material operators, and dots are data operators. So we'll mostly focus on tops and chops in this tutorial. So in order to start and include the image from our local computer, we will use movie file in operator. So you can see here's the banana symbol of TouchDesigner. Right now we will go to parameter window, and there we can see a file location. We will go and click plus in order to find our file. Here it will immediately lead us to local library, TouchDesigner library, that you will use for a lot of time, because there's many interesting things there. But let's go locally to our project where we created and downloaded our assets. So we will let's start with the huge coral reef. Here we go. Here it is. This warning here means that we are using non-commercial license, and we are limited to resolution of 1280 by 1280. But that's more than enough. We will use 1280 by 720, and that will be our default resolution. Let's fit this into that resolution. So to fit it into exact resolution, we will use fit operator, and we will connect. So in order to connect two operators, you are actually using wires or cables or connections. So in order to do that, you press left click on end of one of operators and move it to another and connect it, as you can see. In order to disconnect, you can just press right click and press disconnect. Let's connect it again, and in our parameter window, let's see what we can do there. We can go to Command tab and do our resolution, so 1280 by 720. And now you can see that it's not fitted all the way. That's why we have a fit option here, which will say which will use fit horizontally in order to fit horizontally. Okay, here we go. Now we need to add some background. This is a PNG. We are using PNG files because they are transparent, and we can add some stuff, and we can easily compose world. So let's add, for example, a solid color, which will be a constant operator in tops, constant white. Let's, for example, use blue. And in order to compose, we will use an over top. Oops, look at this now. So what happened here? Over top actually took the resolution from our square constant, blue constant here. And in order to pick this resolution, we will take a fixed layer for input one in our parameter window. Here we go. Now its resolution is good. So this looks already nice. This is our first composed image. Really simple. In order to add a bit of gradient, we can use ramp here. There's another top which is called ramp. So here we have options for picking up, for example, vertical ramp, which just looks interesting. And if we want to change color of this ramp, we will go to the this window, which, as you can see, I'm changing the values, changing the saturation. I'll pick up some color that I like this. Also, if you want, and we are actually affecting this small point here. If you want to affect this one, you'll just click here, and again do the same. Go down and pick some. Okay, like this. So we have nice gradient here. And in order to add this gradient now, we can do in a two-way. We can just like drag the wire to here. As like you see, this operator has the two inputs, yeah. Also, there's another one which has more for composing, which is called composite. But right now we are using this one. So the image is replaced. As you can see, it looks way better now here. You can zoom in and look at it. If you want to close parameter window for more space, you press P. Shortcut on your keyboard. If you want to see whole network, you press H, which means home. Those are small shortcuts that can be helpful. Okay, so we will delete this one. We don't need it anymore. So we have a composed small tank here. And yeah, before continuing, I forgot to tell at the beginning, kind of I've mapped this with the 3 layers to say there's a tank, there's a fish set, and there's a feedback effect that will come at the end. And right now we are focusing on creating a tank. So in order to create it a more live and vivid, we will to make it more to make some things moving around, to make this image live, we will use some bubbles. We will create some bubbles in the background. That's the kind of common thing for aquarium to have, because fish need fresh oxygen to breathe. Yeah. Okay. So we will use let's see. We will use noise for that. Noise operator. And here, noise operator, Okay, let's open parameter window. Here it is. And okay, so right now we want to focus on resolution that will fit us our tank, and that will be good. Let's connect this noise immediately here and see what will happen. So it's like kind of covering the whole background. In order, if you want to preview better this window, you press display, which will lead you to have it in the background. It's kind of confusing with this set, but yeah. You can also create a small window for you for preview to have it all the time with you, which will be like press right click on operator and press view, and you have it now in full resolution. You just like reduce the size and have it all the time here for you to see. Let's keep it as that. So we will create the bubbles with the noise operator, and in order to do that we will start with the resolution that we need. So let's do it 1280 by 720, same standard resolution that we're using. And right now this is the whole aquarium and it's too much for us, we don't need it. We need something like maybe 100, I don't know. Yeah, but it's stretched out. So in order to use, we need to adjust it to the fit best. In order to use the native resolution, we will use fit best. So to keep the resolution of this noise inside of this over top. So right now we can see we have small, like a stream of noise behind. So let's see this. Yeah, so we need to work on a noise more here. We want to, especially in transform, you have a option for moving noise up and down. That's like on y-axis. So when you press here, you can see more information related to parameters in translate. In order to manipulate really simply and animate stuff in TouchDesigner, you can use a Python function that actually I saw from Matthew Ragan, and a lot of people are using it. It's a small function where you can type abs time dot seconds, and that's it. That's the simplest way to animate stuff, and you can use it in any parameter you want. Right now we can see it's working, it's streaming up. We want to make it better, to look nicer. So in order to do that, we will go to noise operator and then pick alpha to 0 because we want it transparent. Now you can see it's transparent a bit, as there's a pattern, transparent pattern in the background. So let's work a bit of noise to look as we want here. I'll just randomly go through the parameters and try to make it as much as close to the bubbles. Okay, let's see, something like this maybe. Also, we can use we have this function here that we wrote down, but we can manipulate it by multiplying. For example, if we write down 2 times, it will be faster. So that's also a way to manipulate the speed of movement. And yeah, okay, so we have this stream. Doesn't look still good. It has edges. And in order to remove these edges, we will use another new operator, which will be a composite operator, and with the ramp. So we will use ramp again here, and when we combine that together with composite, which is a new operator that we will include here. See, we will get actually a nice smooth faded edge here. So in composite operator, you have different operations, same as in Photoshop, where you can use different blending modes. In this way, let's use multiply. But also we want to smooth this edge here. I will close this window for now. I don't know if we can turn it on wherever we want. So if you want to smooth this corner here, we will use ramp and create and use the dot on the right side and just a second, smooth it up like this, but then everything is black and not and all is transparent. We don't want that. We want to create another dot here and kind of give it a white, so that's what's visible now and looks kind of nice. So let's include this to our aquarium. This looks way better now. As you can see, you can also speed it up. You can play more with the noise to make it as you wish. Let's do it something like this. You're freely to play around as much as you want. I think this would be nice. Okay, beautiful. So now we have bubbles, we have aquarium, but we want to include also the background. Yeah, so let's do that with another over operator. This is the really powerful and simple operator. So let's do it like this. Let's move the background down. Let's add it here. So as you can see, they're blended, but we will use fit best because now the pre-fit overlay is to fill. We will use fit best in order to keep our resolution of our bubbles. But also for the ramp, we need the resolution of our standard. We need our standard resolution, which is 720p, which is 1280 by 720. And now we have that. In order to check resolution, this is really important on any of parameters. You can do that if you have a mouse with 3 buttons with a middle click, but I don't have that. I have a simple mouse, and I can use it by pressing Alt and pressing on the bottom of this window here, and then you can see size, of resolution that we are using. So if you are not clear with anything, please let me know. I'll try to read the chat. How do I cut the noise down into the strip? Yes, I load this. Okay, so a Python script, we'll go back. Where do I get the ramp? Okay, I'll quickly go through your questions here. So, ramp is one of the operators from texture operator family. You can find it on if you double click and go into operator dialog, or also if you press tab on your keyboard. So there's 2 different ways. I think tab is simple. So you can press tab, go to type down the ramp, and you'll see ramp here, and include it. And that's it. Ramp is there. So we use 2 ramps here. Also, for all of you, we will have this tutorial after. It will be online on our YouTube, on our Twitch, and on our website. So feel free to kind of do as much as you can. But if you cannot track me, then you can come back later on and go through it again. And I'll leave you a source files, so you can also open up the project file and see how it looks. Another question was what was the Python script? Okay, so Python script was ABS time seconds. Here we go. Here, write it down. That's the standard. Doesn't change. You can change it to frames also here if you need. So I hope you got it. Okay, and yeah, let's continue on now. So we built the background with the bubbles here, with the over that we also found in the top operators family. Now we will disconnect this wire We don't need it anymore, and we will include this one. So right now, as you can see, we have beautiful built just bubbles, but we will have more in a second. So in order to kind of manipulate more image, we will use HSV adjust, which is HSV adjust. And let's include it in here. So HSV is actually used for manipulating saturation. As you can see, you can do a hue offset or do a saturation overall. So right now we will start to use chop family. So here, as you can see, you have audio. You have different chop operators that are channel operators that are used for controlling the top operators and other operators in the family, and you can use different inputs as MIDI controllers, joysticks, audio inputs, then different oscillators. Let's try and use one oscillator, which will be an LFO. LFO. Write down LFO. Put it on top. And you can see the oscillator here. Let's kind of reduce the speed. Before that, I will move a heater a bit closer to me. I feel a bit cold. Okay. So, in order to manipulate the parameters from operators from tops, we will use LFO, chop, and in order to do that, you need to actually pick what you want to affect, and then you need to activate the viewer. Once the viewer is activated, you will take the left click on the LFO and move your mouse to the right side. For example, I want to affect hue offset here. And then chop. Once you release the button, you'll get this dialog and press chop reference. Now you can see that this oscillator is affecting the hue offset parameter here. But it's kind of working not so well. It's working in the range of 0 to 1. Actually, it's working in a range -1 to 1. And in order to, as you can see, we have range from -360 till 360. In order to get into this range, we need to add another operator from chop family, which is a mat operator. So mat is a really useful operator where you can manipulate channels, combine channels. You can multiply, multi-add channels, and you can affect the ranges, and you can also transform one range to another. So right now we'll transform this range from 0, 1 to 1 to range of, we said we have a range here that is 360, from -360 to 360. So we'll go -360 to 360, and then we will deactivate the viewer and connect it to mat operator, and you can see now that these values are transformed to this one. And we can use again this chop by activating the viewer and then again dropping it into hue offset with chop reference, and voila, look at it. It's beautiful. It's kind of too fast, but then we can easily control the oscillation here in the frequency parameter by maybe adding like 0.5. Oh no, 0.05 I think, or 0.1 is good. Oh, really looks nice. So we kind of added a small video effect to this coral reef just to make it more interesting. In order to manipulate, for example, now you can see you need to like it's kind of, if you want to manipulate the mat or if you want to manipulate the chop here and to work more on it, it's you usually need to like activate the window and then move the values again and again, and it's kind of hard to do that all the time without another operator, which is a null. So this operator exists in any of the families. See also here null, and that means that this operator is actually copying the value from the one that's inserted. So it's kind of just a value holder to say. Once you have the value there, you can do the same and then do the chop reference, and then you can safely edit previous operators in this chain. We also have a, okay, let's continue. Let's add that small reef on top of the coral here that we have in our assets. We will do that again by double clicking or pressing tab, going to tops, writing down movie file in. Also you can copy, another thing is easily you can just copy this operator. You can just copy there, it has the same coral reef, but then you can pick the location. So there are different ways to achieve the same effect. That's why I love TouchDesigner. So let's pick the red coral now and add it to this composition, to this file here over, and make the composition together. So again, we will use, in order to do that, we will use overtop to just blending two tops together. Let's do it here, and then actually we'll add it on top. Do this here, do this here. So we have nice coral reef huge here. We'll do fit best in order to keep the resolution. But right now we will actually adjust the size of this coral in a overtop. We can do it same with the fit that we used previously. For movie filing in order to scale the resolution, but you can use the scale here, but also you can use the scale in an overtop, which is here, in order to scale the tops or the images. Let's reduce the size of this coral. Let's go to the scale and do 1.5, 0.5, 0.5. Okay, that would be a nice size, yes. Another thing that's really useful I found with TouchDesigner is the use of mouse. So you can actually scale the different stuff here and use your mouse and operators by pressing the left button on your mouse and moving your mouse left and right, as you can see. And this is really useful if you want to do quick stuff on the go, so you don't need to type it every time. And kind of still like I'm still for this, or you can just press on each field and do the same. If you want to affect two fields at the same time, you go to the first to the name and click and move your mouse left or right. But I will do it manually, old way, 0.5 now. Also, let's translate. Let's move this coral. Press translate XY. Let's do Y. Okay, let's move it a bit down. Let's move it a bit to the left side here. And it looks nice. I think it's nice. Let's put it a bit more like this. Cool. So let's add some disco to this coral too. We can do this by just adding another HSV. Just copy, Command C, Control C, and paste. Command V, Control V, connect, and you can see we already have some nice hue happening here on this coral. Let's connect this coral to here now and replace the older one. So we added HSV and replace the older one. Oops, I pressed H to see better, and now we have nice beautiful corals that are active, dancing, really beautiful. Let's move this new composition that we created through fit we created previously. Okay, so now when we go back, press H to the home, we have I think already, and now press P to remove this parameter window. We have a nicely built aquarium tank without any fish for now, but it looks really nice. So this is our first composition and first layer. So this small network here that we have, we can, in order to make it kind of nice and consolidated and better for us to preview, we will use another operator, which is in this family here, and this is a component family, where you have 3D objects, panels, sliders, really useful tables, widgets, and base. We will use this one to create a family for our network here, and we will name it tank. So this base is actually a group, actually an operator that can group a network, and if you go inside of it, you can just scroll in it and you will enter really beautifully enter into empty space, into void. So let's fill up this space here with the network that we created. So really simply, you just take this network, select it by pressing your right click on a mouse. So right click and then move your mouse, and then you have all operators selected, and then simply taking a cut function, which is Command or Control X. Oops, not all. Command Z. That's just this. Command X. Now we will go into a tank, zoom in, paste it here, and we have this family, this like small chain in a base now, which is called tank. As you can see here, you can always come to a project by clicking a project like this, or by zooming out, so whatever you want. When you zoom out, you have a tank base here. In order to, and you can go like as much as you can with the operators, you can make a huge networks. This is really useful for us for the future to have it really well organized. So once we have that, we will, in order to get this out into outside world, we need to use an out operator. And that operator is in tops. We type down out to go out. And as you can see, when we press parameter window P, this is just used for sending image out of the current network. You zoom out, you go out, and you can see beautifully we have the image now, and we have a option to wire it with other things, operators. Kind of want to point something about this, but let me see. Yeah, now I remembered. So when you press tab and you go into operator dialogs, you have you actually can use components with any other. They're compatible with any other operator from any family here that we have, and that's why they're really useful and good to use. That's really important. Let's see. So we have a tank now. We want to build a fish family. Let's go and insert a fish that we downloaded. So we'll do that by pressing tab, writing down movie, go to the top. Again, we have movie file in, and banana. Press plus to locate your file. And here we have a tropical fish set that I've selected from the internet. Let's open it up. They're here. As you can see, they're also on PNG file. So let me turn my page down to see. There we are. Yeah. Okay. Let's separate this this family into standalone and use them to fly in the aquarium, in a tank. So in order to do that, I'll actually just crop this image really simply and select the species that I want. For that I will use again tab and use a crop function here, which is here in the top. Place it here, connect it like this, and let's pick the one that we like. So I will use 4, but you can use as much as you want. So in order to crop one part of the image, you need to use crop right parameter, really simple, like this. And then you can also crop from bottom, like this. And then we have one fish here. Beautiful. Let's connect this fish with the... Let's try to add some... Maybe should we add a constant or... actually, we can use it with fit. So let's use a fit here and position this fish in space. This fit will be our resolution 1280 by 720. As you can see, it's fit best. It's large and it's kind of almost fulfilled this window. But if we use fit native, this will be actually a real size, real original resolution from this image here. And right now we have a fit window that we used previously, but we will use it in a different way now. We will use it to animate this fish to swim. Let's use translate in this situation. As you can see, when you press translate, press your left mouse button and move left or right, you can actually position your fish, but also together with the chop family you can animate it to swim. So let's do that. For this I decided to use another chop, which is, you can use LFO, you can use time, you can use beat. I will use beat, I think, in this case. So beat operator, chop is actually operator where you can adjust the period of one beat. You can multiply it, have many beats as you want, unlimited almost, and you can change the offset. So because I decided to use 4 instances, four objects here, I will use 4 ramps. And let's quickly add and connect one of the ramps and control the control the X position of translate. In this case, oh, Talia is coming. Hi Talia, we have a cute dog in this studio. Hey, how are you? So it's easily as before. You can activate the window and use one of the ramps for this object here, for this fish. So you press activate the window, press here on this plus, take one ramp and left click and move it to the translate. Again, chop reference, the one, and you can see fish is slowly moving. But it's not moving all the way from the one end from one end till another, and we want that. So in order to do that, we will also need to use a matte chop that we used previously. Let's do that. Do a matte chop, tab, matte, you know how it goes. Press it here, connect it, and let's transform these values from range of 0 to 1, as it goes standard values in the touch are from 0 to 1, and then translate it to what do we have here. Let's see. So if you want to remove the values here, you can do it just by pressing plus on a translate parameter and pressing a constant first, and it will clear out this field. So we have value. Let's see what values. Let's first pick up the values that we want for this fish to swim in. So when you press left click and go left and right, you can see the values from 0.6. To be safe, we'll go 0.1. That's the fraction of this parameter. So it's going from 0.1 to, let's see, to, you can do a 1 to be safe. Okay, let's do 0.1 to 1. So we will translate, actually convert these values from 0 to 1 into from -1 to 1. 0 to 1, we need to transform this range from -1 to 1. And now we can see they're going from -1 to 1, different than here. And then we can use these values. Now, as we learned, I will recommend you to use null, so we can always manipulate these values here. And null is the one that holds the values only. Let's go. Let's connect. Let's activate the window in order to send the chops to tops. And take ramp 1 and place it here. And export the chop. Oops, great. So we have first fish swimming, and we will honor it by pressing display. So in order to slow down this, it's really simple now. You can easily manipulate this from beat here by extending the period time. Let's see, let's add 32. And slowly fish is swimming now, and that's what we want. Yeah. So also it's kind of like fish is swimming just like directional in one way. We want to maybe add a bit of move to go like in a curve. Yeah. So for that we can use the LFO that we used previously for painting down hue, for actually manipulating hue on an image, and we will use it on a Y, translate Y value. So let's add LFO. Press tab, write down LFO, oscillator. This is too fast, we'll slow it down. Like this. Again, we can add null, put all the values, activate the window, pick up the parameter window that we want, this one, and then again, left click, move your mouse and drop it here, and then chop reference. Let's see what will happen now. Nothing. Oh, there is something. It's there. So these values are actually too high for it's getting out of the boundaries of our working space. So in order to fix that, oh, here it is. It's nice. We can use this too, but we kind of want to have it in a window. So let's use again math in order to convert the range from 0 to 1 to something that we like. In order to see what we like, I mean, we can just press disconnect chop here and do like this, move the fish up and down. It should be like 0 minus 0.4 till 0.4 maybe 3 is a safe range to use. Let's see. Let's drink a bit of water. I'm thirsty. We can use minus 0.3 till up to 0.3. Let's convert this range of 0 to 1 to that range. Minus 0.3 to 2.3. And then let's connect it again. Okay, now let's change. But look at this. This can happen sometimes, so be careful with your operators. You can pull up because we already had it connected to this one. It's kind of blended with the previous wire here, and we were confused and it's using old values. So please be careful. So we will just quickly reconnect the wire here, take it over, and now we have a range that we want. And here we go. Well, this is maybe we could. Let's see what's going on here. Strange. Value 0.1. So 0.1 to let's use. Actually, we want to, if we use, okay, I get it now. So I've added the 0. If we use minus, we will go, if we go below, the minus will go out of our boundary. So let's stick to the 0 here, from 0.0 to 1 to 0 to 0.3. And we have one fish here swimming. Let's easily, okay. I've got some feedback here. So let's first check the chat now. If that was the feedback. chat is on fire. I got the ramp. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. ABS time second 2. Okay, we have a...
Say, anybody need help catching up right now?
Yeah. If anyone needs help catching up, please write it down. I'll try to answer as much as I can, but also you will have this tutorial after all when I finish my session. In the noise properties, go to the second tab. Sorry for all other people waiting, but let's help these guys. Not really, go to the second tab, transform field and translate. My LFO doesn't move, thanks Sven. Oh, this is the other guy. So if I go noise properties and transform, let's see. Oh my god, that's in a tank, no? Let's help quickly. So if you go to noise, transform, you go to the translate Y, write down this. I don't know if we got it good, but here we go. Here are some of my values. You can play with it later on. I don't know. I hope I answered your question. My LFO doesn't move. Thanks, Sven. Why? Why, Sven? Why, Sven? And your name is Alex. Well, your LFO doesn't move. It's like should be moving because like if you press tab and you type down LFO, it's moving. I mean, by default, you can control the frequency. Well, what's the? It's coming to the arrow to connect LFO to here. What's the command to get the arrow? So it's like so we want to affect the. You want to connect shop to top. In order to do that, we did it many times. So you take a LFO, any of the chop operators, you press active viewer, you press it by clicking plus in the corner, and then when you activate the window, as you can see, you will get this arrow, and then you press you just move it with your left mouse to the value that you want. So move it from here to here, and then chop, and then automatically when you drop it, the chop reference window will show up. Chop window will show up, and you press chop reference if you want. You just press release actually the left mouse. Let's remove this value by pressing constant. I hope I answered your question. Happy accident. Oops, I didn't go on lower right. This is why are you using now? Isn't the same as connecting directly. So yes, it is the same. I was using the direct connection all the time previously. Previous when I was starting, and I'm still starting with TouchDesigner because it's incredible. But the reason why I'm using null here is because you want always to have opportunity to chance to change the value in previous operators, you know, and you can also have as much as nulls as you want. So you can have you can create another one, and you can connect, you know, and spread it and use it for something else, you know. So this is the beauty of it. You can kind of manipulate whole chain safely, and null at the end is just keeping the last value for you in order to use it. That's it. Okay, I think I answered all of your questions. Great. Let's continue with some people who are waiting here for a long time. So let's go back to our fish. She's feeling lonely. So we have one fish now, and I said I want to use 4, and I created 4 ramps here. In order to multiply, it's simple as it is. You can just right click of your mouse, select what you want, and copy, Command C, Control C, copy, and Command V, Control V, paste. And you see we have 2. and we have two windows. Why? Because our viewer display is active here on both, so we want to turn it off right now, and we will turn this off also. So we have two instances here, also, or two same instances, because they are duplicated. No, we want now to select another fish from the family. In order to do that, we will just go to our crop function, and we will just crop it to another one. Really simple as this. Some movings, ghosts. So we selected another one in our crop. By cropping this image that we already included from our assets. Hi Talia, they want to be in aquarium. Let's also pick two more. Copy paste, same thing. And then copy paste. So we have 4 instances, and let's organize it like that. You can organize it better. There is a shortcut for resizing, I think, windows to be all at the same size, but I don't know. So let's pick up the other species that we like. Let's see, I would love to have, no, I don't want clown, I want this one, and this one. No, I want discus, I want this one. So I'll pick these three, this one, and this one. I hope you see my mouse cursor, I hope so. Okay. So another thing which is useful. So I'll try to give you more input on TouchDesigner while we go through this tutorial. So another thing that you can use is actually if you want to reset this window to original manufacturer preferences, you do it and you see have like value changes here, whatever. So we want to have like default values as they were when we added it for the first time. Back to the factory settings. You do it by pressing the operator, right click on operator, and pressing reset all parameters, and that will lead to have a full image, which means no any crop image right now. So let's pick the ones that we selected. I'll pick this one, so I'll go crop right, I'll go crop top, put a bit of bottom so it's like really nicely centered. And now we have another fish swimming in a same way, same direction. I love clown fish, but somehow it's so beautiful. We don't want it so beautiful. We want it pretty. We want pretty. Okay, let's pick this elephant here. Fish elephant. Okay, we have this one now. Maybe we can also pick different colors. I don't know, just to have. Let's pick this one for the sake of feedback that we will use later on. No, let's pick this one here. So I'll restart all parameters and I'll go down to this one. Cropping from left, cropping from top, cropping from bottom. Wonderful. And then let's also pick, again, clown. Let's pick this one. This one is beautiful. Reset all parameters like this. NTS radio is amazing if you have a chance to listen to it in the background. Okay, here we go. So we have 4 species here flying in open space, and we want now to kind of they're flying in the same way and they're at the same position. We want to change that. In order to change that easily, we can do that with the beat operator that we used previously. So in order to do that, I think I will need to do just the offset, random offset. Oh yeah, it's not working. Why? Well, because we are using ramp 1 for each of our instances here. As you can see, when you click on any of these, you can go here and you can see it's attached to ramp 1. And we want to use, that's why we created 4 ramps. We want to use each ramp to each of these. So let's pick up this one is safe. Let's pick up this one and add it to ramp 2. In order to do that simply, again, you go to the activate the window on a chop, you go to ramp 2, you press left click on your mouse and move it to your X and drop. Just don't release your mouse like this, and then you'll get this window and then pick up chop reference. And now we can see that there are no second one is coming, so we have this delay between these two. This is the way how I use chops to create this delay. There are many different ways to achieve it. So let's add ramp 3 to fit number 3 here to X2. So left click, move, chop reference, ramp 4, go to ramp 4, left click, chop reference. So now we have 4 instances swimming, 4 fish swimming, one behind another, and they are separated. Let's combine them together now. So for that, we will use we were using over to combine 2 tops before, but if we want to combine more, we can use composite, and we use composite actually for noise, yeah, to multiply. So you have these different blending modes inside of composite that you can use for different stuff, which is beautiful. Different things to create different roles. Let's select 4 of these. So you press right mouse and you pick one of the outputs and move it to here, and you can see that 4 of these are connected because we selected 4 of them. So right click, move your mouse, select, and move the outputs like this. So you can see you can have as many as you want. But Command Z, we go back as always. That's a standard command that I'm for undo. We go back, and we have a composite here, and we don't see anything because we are in multiply blending mode. In order to see, we will use over. So over is the same as over we use for 2, but now we have many, and we can have as many as what we want. And you can see they are here now. We have 4 of them swimming, really beautiful. Okay, so if we want kind of to also manipulate their Y separately, I suggest we are using LFO, and it's the same LFO for 4 of these. But if we want to kind of displace it a bit, each of these, I suggest you to use, I've just added a command in here, which is like, this is operator Gen 1, Now let's see what we're using now. Just a second. Now where is the null 2? Okay, it's here. So null 2 is this one. We are using it for null 2. We are using it for y. And let's add this. This is the beauty of it. So you can actually add multiply it like this by 2, for example, or 1, 2. Let's see. So you'll see we have a displaced fish, this one, from the rest, kind of. It's not going in the same curve. So it's kind of like giving more randomness. This is my way. And there are millions of ways of how to achieve this. Maybe not the easiest, but yeah, still learning. So let's go to the fit tool and add, same. Let's add the let's add 1. Let's add 3. See what will happen. Oh yeah, it's here. It's going up and down. So and then let's add, I don't know, so 4 to go all the way. I think already, because we are multiplying this value, it will be, yeah, it's going to go. Oh, look at this. No, I did it in scale. Oh my god, this is scale 1. I'm a bit tired now. Let's go multiply it by 2, multiply our LFO, and you can see it's fish is here. It's a bit of out of the boundaries. If you want to keep it in boundary, you can reduce the value maybe 1.5, and yeah, that's it. We can leave this one as it is, and then we have this small composition of 4 fish flying. So yeah, so we have that's kind of our composition for the fish. And let's, I would put it in a base for the sake of just like getting familiar with the base operators, because they are really useful if we are building a large network. You can actually blend this operator now component with this one. Doesn't need to be inside of it in order to connect. You can easily connect it like this. Just hit use and over, and select the output from our previous tank base. Add it there, and add comp1, our fish composition here, and woohoo! We have them swimming in a pool, in an aquarium. So they're kind of big. We will reduce them a bit. In order to reduce the size of these, we can do that in many different ways. We can do it here with fit, but then we will reduce the whole composition until there will be some boundaries, empty boundaries. We don't want that. We will use, I'll actually go to the source and just like go to the movie file in operator and go to the command where we can control the resolution. And I'll use, right now use input, maybe use a half resolution. And let's see. Yes, so they're really beautiful now. And different, you can also notice, let's show you the difference. So if you want to have this in a separate window for preview, you go view, reduce it, add it there on screen, and then move your mouse to move the file in, and then if you go input resolution, you'll see difference. This is our original resolution, this is our half. You can do, you can scale it, you can do quarter. This is really beautiful function. And yeah, let's use half. I like this. So okay, they are slowly swimming there. We have this over, we have the tank. Let's create the base, and where we will base for our fish. Let's do like double click or tab, go to the component list, go to the base, write down the base, our home for our fish. Then we can select this by right click, move your mouse, then cut, Command X, Control X. They disappeared, but they will appear. Let's zoom in, you get into another dimension, and then you paste Command V. So here we go. Oops. And now we also need to send them out, so they're locked, they're stuck in here, and we don't have anything to show, and there are no any outputs. So once we add an out, we'll get an output here. So when we add an out, top, go, we'll get them here, and then zoom out, and we have them here, and they're safe now in our little base. And we can name this base fish. Wonderful. So this is the second layer of, say, our, let's call this viewer, of our world that we are creating, and it's kind of fully working. Oh, let's connect this to an over, and let's turn the display on so we have them in the background. Turn off the parameter window with P. Yeah, so this is kind of already an aquarium, fully functional aquarium. Yeah, it's one directional, to say. We can add more of them swimming in different directions really easily now once we have this family created. Let's do that quickly, and after that I'll go for a short break. I need to go to restroom. I'll leave you off for 10 minutes. Take your break, and then after that we will continue with second part of the tutorial, which is working on different feedback effects and cool visuals, giving some magic to these beautiful animals. So yeah, before that, let's turn this display off, and let's add a fish, another fish base. In order to add it, it's so simple now. We can just copy, Command copy, Command V, Control copy, Control V. We have them same here, but they're swimming. Yeah, they're swimming in the same direction. We want to change direction. So really simple. We will use another new operator from the top family, which is called flip. Everything is there. Just ask what you need, everything. So here we go, flip. Nothing has changed because we didn't include it. We didn't turn on any parameters. Let's turn on the flip X. Yeah. So you see, nice. And now we have them swimming from another direction. Same. We could actually use this one too. Look at this. But I would rather copy it because we have random results, as you can see here. They're not swimming in the same direction. And you can also manipulate direction of their direction, so we can kind of get this randomness. Let's keep this base here and flip it and add it to Aquarium. So we are using over now, yeah, and we cannot add more because we have just two inputs. But we can change this family by using composites now. So you can actually use also one thing for easily swapping the same operator families, like right click on this operator, right click, and then you have change top type, which is really useful sometimes if you're working fast. So change top type, and you have top family to pick up from, and yeah, let's change the composite because we have 3 layers now. Composite. Okay, great. Again, it's a multiply. We don't want that. We want it on over, and we want to add a new flipped image, flipped fish to this composition. Okay, Oh, where are they? They're here. So we have like a layers that you can actually manipulate the layer order in order to preview what you want to see on screen. So we can see the tank is actually above. This is kind of like a classical layering as in Photoshop, same in the blending modes. So you can flip, you can just send this flip image up, and here we go. You have them from both sides now, and it's nice. So what we want to do more here, I would say, is like they're same, you know. That's why we have two bases. We want to change the species in the second base, so we have more. We have fully equipped aquarium with 8 different species. So in order to do that, before that, so let me just change this to comp, so we know that it's composite, so you don't get confused. Let's go inside and quickly. I'll just quickly pick some other species here, which I like. Maybe the easiest is like to select all of these, with right click, and then reset all parameters, and you can see beautiful. Or maybe we can leave it like this, huh? Okay, let's select something else. I'll select this one. I'll have this tigerfish. Bottom, crop from bottom, and crop from top. Too beautiful. Let's select another one. Oh, we can use this elephant now. We have more species and it's beautiful. And top. This. Let's select this one. Right. No. Oh my God! I clicked the wrong one. Click this top. Select the red one. Left. Or let's select the one that's second from the top. From bottom. Select this. Oops. Okay, beautiful. And then let's give a space to beautiful clown. We want it to. No, why not? And it's there. Okay, from bottom. Great. Oops. I hope you hear me well. Yeah, so here we go. We have different species swimming from the right side now, and you can see it here. Looks beautiful. Great. So now I'll go to a restroom, and after this we will continue with the feedback. What is the time? So 5:40. I'll come back at 5:50. Stay tuned. Okay, we are back now to continue with feedback effect. I heard some people are complaining that I'm going too fast. Well, it's hard to lead a workshop online and watch the comments at the same time. So the best would be to have like kind of like a video conference call for it. But we are not. It's yeah. I don't know. I didn't find the next time it will be like that. I didn't find a good solution for it, and I kind of wanted to have it accessible by everyone. So that was the reason why I'm doing it this way. But I'm I'm planning to do a YouTube tutorial which will go in deeper explanation of user interface of, of TouchDesigner and explaining all of the things separately so you can track it. And also you can see this immediately after it will say on our website, on our Twitch, on our YouTube, and you will get a source files so you can learn and compare where you were wrong and what you did good and learn based on that. So yeah, let's continue with what we made so far and add beautiful feedback. Here we go, that's a beautiful feedback. Okay, so here, my laptop is burning. So let's see here. We have a composition of what we created so far. Let's go to the feedback page. I have my structure here on my paper. I suggest to you to do the same if you're creating bigger and larger networks. So for the feedback effect, we will use the we will add the feedback effect only on this part here, only on fish, not on tank. Tank is already looks beautiful and it will be static, so it will be just our background. Let's continue with it. So I will disconnect these two now. So by right click disconnect, right click disconnect. I'll move this down. I'll add my headphones to listen to some cool music while I'm working. Let me turn the music on. Slow focus is the way to go. So, fish 1, fish 2, feedback, yeah, okay. We have, let's combine these two so we have them together. We'll do that with the over top as previously, over. And we have them here on transparent background. Now let's add feedback. So feedback is actually in here when you write down the feedback. And feedback means that, as you will see now, so when you add it, nothing actually happens. Why? Because the feedback, in order to get a feedback, you need to add your output to your input to make a closed circle and to have a feedback working. That's how feedback works. And at FaceSpace, you could see Andre working with the feedback in a different ways by pointing just the camera to the screen and streaming that screen again through the camera and making that closed circle. So that's how you can create a feedback. Also, I'm recommending you to check out wave pools that Andre built. Really useful tool on Raspberry Pi, really portable for live performance. I'm using it all the time. So this, we need to close the circle, yeah, as I said. So in order to do that, we need to take an input, which is this one, and connect it with this one. We will use it by adding an over again. connecting this to over and connecting these sources together, and you can see nothing happens here. Why? Because we need to set a parameter for feedback. We need to set a target, operator, top, and that would be the over 2. So let's turn it back into this chain. So let's write down the over 2. And you can see results immediately. Looks beautiful. And that's it. No, so we can add this to Aquarium and see how it will look with just this effect. We can change the layer here, to the top. It's all around, and it's taking over the whole aquarium. This also looks good. We can just use this for anything. I love this effect. So, in order to make this effect better and smoother, we will add some stuff to the feedback loop chain here. So first of all, let's start and play with the basic brightness and level functions. I recommend you to start with the level. If you are new to the TouchDesigner, you can just move your file in and take level and create amazing, color correct your image. So if you take a level here, I can show you that too quickly. Let's take this aquarium, which is actually a top. It's a base, but it's the top. And let's take a level. So this is our aquarium, but you have different values here that you can work with. So you can do an invert effect, you can do black level, work with the brightness, contrast, gamma, and so on. So we will use this in our feedback loop to try to create this, to control this feedback better. Let's delete this. So double click for tab, level, add level, connect feedback to level, and then connect it again to our over. And then in a post tab here, you can just reduce opacity and you will see a change. Let's do that like this. Let's open this window. Oh, this looks great. So this window here, and then level, reduce opacity, and you see how it affects the feedback trail. So you can control it with by determining opacity. So we will leave something really close to the 0. I would go like all the way close to the 0.99. It should be like really beautiful, smooth effect. But so we can also see an aquarium in the background. Let's see how it looks here now. Great. Beautiful. Let's close this window. Let's open this window as a reference. View. Here we go. Let's see. We're almost there. I'm pretty happy with these results. But as in my original video that I posted as an announcement for this workshop, you could see the different feedback effects coming off these trails actually. So let's make that. Let's make it more lively. So in order to do that, I will add more operators to the let's close this so we have more space. I'll add more operators to the feedback chain. Let me just set this heater a bit closer. Yes, okay. So I like to add an edge. I like to play with edge in a feedback loop. So we can add an edge effect top in here. It's also top family. Just working with tops now. Edge. Good. Let me just confirm with my, yeah, okay. So this would be, we can make it something like this. Let's move this a bit up feedback here because we will have another overlay here. Let's use the same feedback effect. Let's make some space. So let's use this feedback effect again and process it here. And now you can see the edge of it. Why I'm using edge? Because you will see. I'll just use the edge in order to add more effects to the feedback chain. And so let's put the level here. Let's use edge here. Let's move this down. So we can also if they are like apart as they are here, and you cannot select them easily with your right click, you can actually select one and press shift and then right click and select another one and move it down like this. And yeah, so we have level, and now we will add an over again and use this source from level and then use the edge, and you can see an edge around the trail. And let's play with edge now. Let's close the circle. So we want to go straight out from over to the close our feedback loop. Oops, look at it, crazy, going crazy because edge is multiplying so much, and we need to reduce the edge now. And let's reduce it to some strength. We'll do like just a bit of maybe just a bit of 0.1. And look at it, nice. So now, okay, I don't need this. So now we will add a blur, and we will add, let's add blur to see if we can kind of control this edge better. We have typed down the blur in top operator family. Connect it again here, and then let's reduce the sample step of the blur to 0.1. Okay, there's some change, not that much. Let's try different values. Oh, I forgot, I have also, yeah, definitely, in order to control feedback, I need a level here too. So I forgot about that one. And for level, I need to also like reduce. We'll work now on pre, not on post. Now you can see that we will get the background in some reasonable. Yeah, it's visible now, more visible. Let's play a bit more. So if I increase contrast, strange things will happen. Oops. So this is just a random thing that I've discovered. It's not, I don't have any explanation for it by just telling you do an experiment and create different beautiful effects that you like and stick it to it and save it. And oh yeah, we haven't saved our project. It's really important at this stage. So in order to save your project before continuing, you just do Command S or Control S, or go to your file and save. When you go save, you will go to your folder where you downloaded your assets. That's your home folder for your project, Aquarium Feedback Workshop, and save your project here. Click save. Now it's saved and we are saved. So you will notice one good thing about TouchDesigner: when you save it again, it will create another project with incremental number 2. So if I do Command Save, you will have 2. So you can always return to your previous project if you screw something up. That's really good and important. So you can have different versions, and you can create different effects, and you can always come back to see what you created. And you can easily copy your operators from one version to another. Now when we save this project, I didn't give a proper name, it's a new project, but later on I'll change it. So now I will continue to play with, let's increase the brightness here. We're almost there. I mean, now it's up to you, what you like. I'll, for example, increase it to maybe something like this. And then play with gamma a bit more. Yeah, okay, so gamma will help us to get this nice, beautiful feedbacks and trails. Look at it. It's nice, spreading, taking over. Yeah. Okay, so now let's see what's here. Yeah. If I turn this off, yeah, it will take over. So I'm just doing a bit of blurs on a trail so I can stop this effect of going all around, taking it over. But you can play with this blur, for example, and trigger it with different keys from your keyboard. I'll show you that in a second. Let's show you how to use Chop to actually trigger the feedback effect and have it whenever you want. So in order to do that, I will let's first see if you have a questions related to feedback, and then I'll continue. Let's go to our website. Actually, I don't see any new questions. Are you using now? Explain that confusion.com. That's kind of old. You can get through the tutorial again. Okay. Let's confirm it here. Yeah, sounds going on. Cool. Nice. So I will add. So you can actually see on a feedback you can do a pulse, which is nice to trigger the feedback again. And it's beautiful. In order to do it from your keyboard, really simple. You will use chop again. Actually, yes, chop as an input. And use a keyboard in, really simple. So type down keyboard in. And it's pre-composed for keyboard number 1, which is number 1 on your keyboard. When you press it, you will see a change. So you can now interactively control the stuff inside of your touch from your keyboard. And if I connect this keyboard to activate the viewer and connect it to pulse, this drop reference, you can easily trigger the feedback effect whenever you want. You see, it's beautiful. If you want to turn off the feedback effect, let's see, we can add it to reset here. So this is a toggle, and if we drop reference, see, it's working, but the keyboard is a button, so we need a toggle. And the beautiful thing is we can add a toggle by just adding logic to the keyboard, and that will be, if we go to chop family and write down the logic. Now we will deactivate this window, connect the keyboard into logic, and then in channel pre-operators will pick up the toggle, which we really want. So when we press 1, it will work as a toggle, as you can see, to keep the value. So let's add this. Let's add this to logic to reset button toggle in feedback. Actually, it's a toggle. Activate the window again, and then left click, and then drop reference. Drop it, and now you can press it, turn the feedback effect on, press 1, and press 1 again to turn feedback effect off. And here we go. Beautiful. So now we can play more with the, this is our chain here, you can play more with different values, levels, and every time you can restart and see how it acts. See. And you can set up the parameters as you want. Some parameters that I wrote down for me that works are brightness is 1 over like this, and gamma is 96, 93, and then contrast is here, and then you get this like slow effects, so it doesn't take it immediately. So this is it. Yeah. And yeah, one more thing. Let's add some more depth to this aquarium. And in order to do that, I'll add another fish family to actually our fish tank here. So they're swimming behind this coral. That's the beauty thing about composing. So I will take one of these, copy it, and then paste it in here somewhere. Paste it here. What's happening here? We lost our connection. Let's keep them up. Okay, here they are. Again, something happened in the process. So we have them here, and we will add them to this background. And this background is actually layered with the corals. And we will add a fish in between the background and the coral here. So we have something happening in the background, and let's do that by adding here, and we use over, but we can use now swap this over for a top, for a composite. Change top type to composite, and transform with best. I think we need to stick to native. And let's see. Oh yeah, we need to also stick to native. Is not that important. We need to actually do an over here. Yes, that's it. Let's see what will happen with best. Yeah, nothing, because we already reconfigured this resolution. So let's add some fishes to the here too, and then let's move them up. But let's add the ramp composite, so it's like this. So here they are. And we kind of want to reduce their size because they are in the background. So easily way to reduce them would be to go to the fish tank and go to the our movie file in, and then command and reduce it by quarter. And here we go. Now we'll see results. Yeah, they're really small. That's what we want. So let's see them here. Oh, where are they? They're not there. Let's see what's going on. Because, oh, it's strange. Oh, they are. Here they are. Here we go. Here we go. Beautiful. Now, I'll go up, and we have the tank with the ones that we fish family that we added. We can also move them more up if we want, but I think this is fine now. We'll just press keyboard 1 and see them to remove the feedback effect, and they're in the background. So, but there are no any feedback effect on them. So if you want to add just a feedback effect on them, you can do that. I will not cover it in this session now. So yeah, that's mostly it. You can, yeah, let me show you how to render this out now. So once you have like video that you're happy with, you can also put the feedback effect into a base. Let's do it quickly. Base feedback, and then copy all of this. Actually, I'll copy it and delete it later on, and then say command copy it, command V, command control V, they are here, and then we just need to make out, so we can use them outside of this network, and still they are they lost their location. I think yeah, here they are. Let's do the same for this one. Just lost location process. And yeah, so we can use them now outside of this network. Let's go out, scroll out, and then we have a feedback base here. We can delete all of this. We don't need it anymore. Just taking out processing. Let's put here. Feedback on top. Yeah, press 1. It works. No matter if it's chops are here or in a base, it will work. So we have simply as this. Okay, and now if you want to export this video, I'll also show you how to export really quickly. So for importing, we were using movie file in. For exporting movie file out, and let's do this. This is our movie file out. In this parameter window, you can see the different parameters related to exporting. So video codec. If you want audio, you can add movie frames per second quality, and here you can press this toggle to record on and off. Also, before that, you will select your location where you want to record. Right now, we're recording it in our assets folder, but maybe we want to change it to and create a new folder for output and save as, and give name like fish, like aquarium feedback. Click save, and then yeah, we need to add the output. We would need to add the extension here, I think, if we want to simply need to figure this out. Let me see. Yes. So if I select MP4, doesn't affect this. I need to figure this out. Because I need to change the name here. Oh yeah, so right. So but I'll do it manually. I'll write down MP4 and MP4 here. So once you are ready, you want to maybe have a clear Aquarium, and then you press record, and now it's recording, and you press 1 to get that feedback. Yeah, like this. Beautiful. Nice. And then once you are happy, you can press stop, and that's it. We have it now in our local address on our hard drive here in output. You can see playing it. Beautiful. It's in the resolution that we picked up from the beginning. 1280 by 720. You can always check your resolution by pressing Alt and right click on this on the bottom of your notes here. Yeah, also if you want to make it, you can add a key. For example, I add sometimes, always I add a key on the job as previously. So add a keyboard in for controlling your recording. It's really simple. Keyboard in. Now you can select keyboard number 2. So when you press 2 on a keyboard, it works. And then, since this is also a toggle, we will add a logic for toggle. Logic. And chant toggle. And then see, keeps the value. And then we just need to hook it up here for this. Same as previously. You just press activate the window, move, drop reference, and that's it. Once you press number 2, you're actually recording. But be careful, you're actually recording over the same file. And you can control also feedback while you're recording. That's the beauty of it. Okay, thank you very much for. That was it. Thank you very much for. I hope I made it clear, and thank you very much for following my lecture or workshop online. It was not easy because I don't have any feedback from you. I have a chat, but it's not all the time with me, and I cannot focus on it while I'm working. But yeah, this video will stay online for you to preview. I can also make a better workshop, like a simpler instructional video of how to create this on my YouTube if you're interested. And yeah, let me quickly go to my cam. So here I am in Aquarium. So yes, thank you all. I would love to also thanks to some people who helped me to learn TouchDesigner. Vladimir Vojno, my comrade, he's the one. Thanks Isabel for spreading out the word about the workshop and supporting me. Thanks Greg for creating this amazing tool. Marcus Heckman the other day for providing new techniques and feedback. Stefan Kraus, Doug Su, Philip Provencher, also from Canada. Amazing people. Thank you all. I hope this is my first tutorial, and I hope I'll be better and better in future. So stick on to my work, and you can check it on my website. You can find Brkovic.com. Follow me on my Instagram for updates and for new tutorials. Thank you very much. Bye.